Hi. Today I'm gonna just talk about consistency because that's what that's what I'm accomplishing right now. Um, and I think that brings in my subject for tomorrow being we'll just talk about that tomorrow. How about that? I haven't watched. I wanted to go off memory talking about what I talked about yesterday and going a little more in depth. But I don't know if I'm capable right now. Um, like when I'm trying to think of something, a lot of times my mind pushes that to the furthest place away, and then I can just like sometimes just go off the cuff and go off what I'm thinking about right now. And what am I thinking about right now? Again, why do I wanna? Why can't I just do one video a week? I just did a whole 30-minute video yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so my video gonna be about insecurity and why everything I feel one way and I feel another way at the same time. Um, feeling like you have to do things. What's an example of that? Uh, when I was in college the first time, I was doing an equal amount of exerting an equal amount of energy on other things that weren't the important things like my homework and my studies. It's not like I was just like smoking a bunch of weed, sleeping a lot, being lazy, hanging out too much. I hung out a little bit. I ain't hang out a little bit too much really because it's like I spent a lot of time by myself. But in that time by myself, there's no uh, story that you can like really create of me being just lazy, and so it's like I didn't have to sit there and feel that sense of urgency to write that book. I'm like, because I felt so much like I can get this book done in a few months if I just work on it every day and type it away and then read it and edit it and do all this. I can get it done and then pitch my idea and whatever. I didn't have to become a musician, an artist at that moment. I could have just got the degree and like just to be 7 6 7 years later, um, 8 years later from my freshman year, which I was focused on something else other than what I was trying to be focused on. It's really the end of that semester, my freshman year, my first semester. That it's gonna be so hard to follow because I'm trying to think of so many different things at the same time. But it's consistency. Um, it was the end of that freshman year that I just felt like I felt like I was already too late. I'm gonna come out about this. How about that? I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I don't know if I've ever talked about Michael Jackson on any like video and like how addicted to Michael Jackson I am and what he's meant for my life. I was the age. No, I was 12, but I was gonna say I was the age Michael Jackson died. I was the age Michael Jackson was when he became really famous when he died. I remember before he died thinking that there was going to be a 40-year celebration in 2009 because I used to watch that 30-year or either 2009 2011, one of them, because it depends on how you look at it, Jackson 5 or him as a solo artist. But I used to watch that 30-year celebration all the time, and I used to imagine myself becoming a child celebrity and being able to dance for him and cover his songs and do whatever and that childlike imagination and putting so much weight on it, it affected me in a way where like I kind of lost my desire to. I still was in one more musical. I was in choir a little bit, and I was in band the next year. But I really wasn't thinking like I was ever gonna be able to do that. Like, oh, not because to be able to be famous and be able to be, um, voice started changing at that time. Uh, did like I would I would record myself and sing, and it was horrible, horrible. And I didn't. I felt like singing was something that you just had naturally, and it wasn't something you could develop like that. The voice that was in my head was a lot different than what I would hear. It's not that much different today because I recorded myself so much, and they didn't, met in the middle, and they sound pretty much the same. But the lack of consistency, like the hiatuses I would take from obsessing over stuff like that, and like I think about, I'm gonna make a video about obsession one day and like the things I've obsessed over. Um, how inconsistent I am with those obsessions when it's so many of them, and it's not like it's too many that like if I focused on all of them and cut out the things that I don't need in my life, I wouldn't be able to like manage it. But it's just like the devil. It comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Um, but that sense of urgency was there at 10 years old. Um, and I let it not do what it was supposed to do, which if you have that sense of urgency, you're supposed to like work on that. But I let it pretty much drive me insane. And, like I said, my voice changed. I pretty much gave up music from switching schools. We'll talk about go in more in depth with that one day. Was focused on being an athlete, and then got back in choir pretty much mostly because I wanted an easy class. I wanted a class where I didn't have to really do no work. And then I ended up falling back in love with music because my voice was like, I found a different part of my voice that I didn't know about before, which allowed me to, like, pretty much my head voice or whatever you want to call it. Where I thought I was a bass baritone and I ended up being a tenor. Kept um, working on that in total private. Like I wouldn't let nobody hear me sing. When my parents wasn't home, I would be singing my lungs out. My mom called me a few times from like could hear me from outside, singing like my heart out. Still wasn't like where I wanted to be. That's why I didn't like. I would make videos back then. I tried to hold on to them so I could publish them and make comparisons and all that kind of stuff. Trying to sing, uh, "I Can't Make You Love Me," Tank version, uh, "All of Me." I wasn't really. I was late to "All of Me" by John Legend. Um, I used to sing the shit out of that song. Trying to compare the most people I would compare my voice to is or like I was trying to be like not. I really couldn't find nobody to compare to myself because it's like most singers. I'm not gonna say it. Most of the like I call it home run notes, like home run parts of the song, the climax of the song when they like. I don't want to give an example right now. Wanya Morris, um, He's the best male singer I've ever heard in my life. Um, but I mean, obviously, it's people that are comparable, but like people that didn't make it we can make it to become as famous as him and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to be like him and Stokely, was his name Stokely Williams or something like that, from Mint Condition. I wanted to be able to hit them level of notes and like still be able to paint a picture without just having a straight note at that level. Couldn't get up there at all, as a teenager. But for some reason, when in my early 20s, I got there, and I can get there sometimes. Now I'm trying to figure out if vaping is. It's like an experiment. If it's like vaping, because I really don't. Sometimes, like, man, I'm willing to risk, my voice on this. Not that I'm obsessed with vaping or I love it that much. It's just like I kind of want to see. Be honest about this. I started smoking weed, and when I was seeing on the way home back from smoking with my friends and stuff, voice was just like it's like it opened up a new register in my voice. Like it was open, bro. And then like the next day, usually my voice would be gone in a way that it's never, I wouldn't be able to get up there. So then like never wanted to attribute weed to like anything good in my life and like become misled or whatever. But I would tell people this and they would just be like, I think you're crazy, said. But it was really like that. And then I told somebody before, and it was like, because weed relaxes your muscles, and I'm just like, I don't think it's that either. I think it's just like more of a, I can do, and I'm gonna tell you how I figured this out later with consistency. I'm trying to bring it back to consistency. I can do that at all times. It's just, like the guy said, it relaxed my muscles. It more so relaxed my personality. It relaxed my I wasn't so constricted. I'm trying to sit there and hit these notes, and like I'm literally constricting my voice more, which is doing the opposite and making it more tired. I'm spinning. I'm not breathing. Okay, that brings another thing. I've been holding my stomach in. I've and I only do. I wanted to say I became addicted to that, but like around 5th grade, when I started getting a little bit taller and a little slimmer, I started holding my stomach in 100% of the time. So if you hold your stomach in to not have a belly, you obviously not breathing the same way. I'm not. So I realized that like this is going into a whole nother with like how I pop my bones now and just a whole different. I'm not trying to go down that road either, but I've realized a lot. I got videos talking about this that I have not watched, and I plan on figuring out a way to really express it. It's stuff that like obviously like certain chiropractors and physical therapists and fitness people like they know this stuff. It's just like relating it to other things, relating it to like, and it's people that relate it to other things very well. Like I just gotta find those videos and probably like share them or break them down or something like and give my take on it, because it's really like I know people know this stuff. This is common knowledge to a certain level of industry and stuff. But back to what I was saying with the weed thing. I remember the first time I smoked weed, or like right after the first time I smoked weed, in 2016, and I sang "For You I Will" by Monica. I had never I had never been able to sing a female song all the way through without going to my falsetto. And then I'm like, during that year in 2016, singing, in private, because I was in a cappella group, and I wasn't, like, that voice was not coming out. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like when you about to cry, your voice changed. Like, it's like a knot in your throat. It just closes up. I can't, I realize I can't, I'm still like this pretty much a lot of the time. Like if I want to sing, I can't sing for real, when I'm in the congregation in church. And if I sing on stage, it's gonna be a little bit more open, but like I'm not gonna be like how I am in private, or like some of the videos I got on this channel. I can't do that in front of people right now. I could do it. I don't want to use the word can't, whatever. And I have kind of done it, like, but not to the extent. What's the song? That I didn't really sound that good on that Brian McKnight song. Um, Actually was starting to lose my voice at that point at that time. But like even I kind of killed that lately by Tyrese. I kind of killed that. And then John Legend, he don't really go up there like that. Um, I killed that. Definitely killed that song. Um, so like what I'm saying is like I would say around 2019, I got a lot of Snapchat videos of me like going all the way up there, like girl, like there was no. I could go up to like. I mean, I could still, sometimes hit the in my chest voice. Like I can get up there in my chest. I'm not doing it right now, but like there was a part of my voice that I found that like I'm trying to make the division between going from chest voice to like head voice to falsetto was not there. Like I could go smoothly without like, you know, dampening my voice real quick and switching and then like getting back to the note and then like, and hit beautiful runs. It's a lot of ugly ones too because it wasn't really, I couldn't do it very consistently because like it's like my voice would just get tired. I remember somebody telling me your voice doesn't get tired, and I'm like, then what is this feeling I'm feeling when I do this? And it was somebody that sing every song that they sing in a lower register because they just, and it's like if my voice, I want to go through like the history of my voice because I done been through so much with it. It's like if my voice is damaged right now from either smoking, over singing, or just like I don't know, I still have like too many times where I'm totally opened up again and I'm hitting crazy notes. And it's like, why do you want to sing high? It's because there's an edge that I don't want to like sing high and lose my low notes though. That's the problem. It's like I want to just have a very expanded range. I talked about yesterday. I want to be everything. Never got to the point hitting Mariah Carey whistle notes, but like I have my own like version of that where it's like a damn near an octave lower than it's about an octave lower than where Shantae Moore was adding a little whatever. Is that Shantae Moore? I don't know if I've been remembering people's names right, but that it's alright now. I don't even know if that's the song. Yeah, that's the song. Um, but consistency. It's like in my life, I've figured out so much stuff on my own that I can't express that I know people have figured out before, and they'll be like, "Oh, you just talking about this," and then isolating myself consistently. Uh, and then you try to talk about this with people in your environment, and it's not a like it's not a big deal, but people don't realize how big a deal certain stuff is when you look at it from a certain perspective. Like I was just talking about the voice. I can't really make nothing really that but breathing. posture, uh, stretching, uh, your diet, hydration, and this world, you know, if you believe in the devil, and then some people believe in like a high class, you know, somebody that got the same matter as me and you controlling stuff and promoting stuff for the demise of whatever. And it's like, it really don't matter what you believe in terms of that, because it's like I'm talking about a lot of Captain Obvious things. I'm gonna bring up Captain Obvious a lot too, because it's like, and then it's like how big a deal when it's very Captain Obvious. Like I shouldn't be vaping, it's Captain Obvious, but when I think about when I heard of what vaping is, I literally thought it was water and flavor. Going like this is when I was a teenager, and I'm like, okay, that's a good like that's can replace this whole. And I hear like, okay, got nicotine and stuff like that, and then they say nicotine not good for you and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, okay, the nicotineless version of that, just to have like something to like. It's like if I have a drink with me, I'm gonna keep sipping on it, right? I guess mouth fixation and stuff. Now they starting to come out with like, I seen the video about Black Smoke on Breakfast Club, the dude that says just water and fruit juice or something like that. That's what I thought it was originally, and I'm just thinking like, how come they can't like just make something cheap with like water and flavor, and it got like a little thing that turned into vapor real quick. I almost said hydration, vapor, and you can just like it doesn't do nothing bad for you. And then it got fume, and I'm just like, that's even more beautiful. Like I remember when we used to buy Smencils. I got my Apple Pencil right here, Smencils, and I used to be in class so hungry, bro. I used to take the pencil. I used to be like, just to taste the flavor of the Smencil, bro. And not saying I had the idea of what fume is back then and like that, but it's just like those things line up, and it's like that's just a beautiful thing to have. Like, you know, the age of when cigarettes was like people didn't know how harmful they was and stuff. Like the aesthetic of like, and then you know, I don't know how to like talk about people, not talk about like bring people up, mention people in these videos without it seeming like so I was talking about my mom saw for the first time I was vaping, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna stop and start messing with that fume. And she was like, anything that's like an addiction, you don't want, with the woo. And I'm just like, I talked about the whole oral fixation stuff and everything, and I'm just like, where do you draw the line with that? This is a lot of type of stuff I'm gonna talk about on the on this channel. Is where do you draw the line with that? Because it's like there's stuff that you actually need to do for yourself, whether it feels good or not. Like you carry around a water bottle. Like I'm that's what I was trying to make with the oral fixation thing, and like I like to keep my juices in my mouth fresh because my breath start to stink. I feel like not really like say I got good mouth hygiene. I'm not saying I do right now, but at times where I did, there's a like dryness or a taste or like just a taste of nothingness almost that like I just don't like. I like to have flavor in my mouth. I like or like cold. I like the cold sensation of cold water in my mouth. I don't. It's different drinking warm water or hot water, but will drink some warm water or hot water because I'm going all over the place because I was advised by my grandmother that room temperature water is the only thing that's good for you, not cold water. And so I got on that for a while and figured out how to acquire the taste of warm water. Um, so I can't just say that warm water is nasty to me now. But I was going somewhere with that about the oral fixation. Somebody has once accused me of drinking a lot of water so I can keep going to the bathroom. Well, I actually got accused of that twice at a job and in this educational program. And I'm just like, I don't know why it was so heavy for me. Well, actually, I know why it was so heavy for me. And that's something I'm going to discuss later one day. Because I'm just being an addict or whatever, and having that lifestyle, people will make up things that are not true with their own rationale and logic. And it's just crazy how like, what if I really was trying to like drink a lot of water so I gotta pee a lot so I can go to the bathroom and do drugs? And then what if I'm not? You know what I'm saying? Like, as an addict, I don't know how to paint the picture of like, you don't want to say something like that to somebody, whether it's giving them the idea to do that or making them fall into that, which I didn't do. I've never done drugs in a bathroom, like ever. Like I'm trying to like survey my mind and my past like that right now to see if I'm wrong about that. No, I never have in my life. So it's like let's talk about habits because I'm talking about consistency in this video is almost about to be over. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit and 21 days to break a habit. I think it takes less time to form a habit for sure. It's so hard speaking because I want to talk about right and wrong, but like I'm trying to avoid that at the same time. And somebody like nobody probably gonna watch these videos, but it's just like maybe I can get somebody to one day. I'm trying to really like go somewhere with this, but I'm trying to paint how the struggle of like talking about stuff for me, anything. Half the time, I feel like I'm talking about stuff that I don't really feel. But there's if you culminated everything and like really did your calculations on it, you will see where I'm at with stuff. But like and not trying to compare stuff too much, but like that's the only thing that's the only thing you can do in life. You can only like as human beings, everything is judgment. So I feel proud of myself for making this video and talking to build this consistency. Even though I just said like nothing but bullshit pretty much. I feel like I said some real stuff and I just literally ranting. But it's gonna come. you ain't seen nothing yet. So, with that being said, good night.